Salutations, everybody. My name is Insanity, and welcome to another episode of Memoirs of Madness. This is going to be a bit of a angry / somber week, because it's just between the release of Mass Effect Andromeda being pretty much garbage. Well, not release, but the whole idiocy going in there, and just, hallucinations have been hitting pretty hard this week. I have had one that I haven't had in a very long time, where I am father. And that's something I never really want. Especially after, these hallucinations. This is that whole thing, is like I suffer from shit I would never want passed down to a child, but at the same time, I believe I would be the best father I could be. And although the alienation and all that kind of stuff settles in pretty hard, and I have trouble sometimes relating to reality, the thought of my little girl dying hits me pretty damn hard. That's the thing I really don't like about these hallucinations. They feel more real than reality at times. So I sit there and I watch my little girl, Amelia, grow up to be a smart, strong young woman who wants to go out and help people. And this is all in a setting where it's like medieval fucking fantasy time or whatever like that. Is apparently my mind fucking hates reality, which, yeah, I can see that why reality sucks. And just humble blacksmith kind of weaponsmith, and I raise my daughter, and I have my wife, and I try to make sure she's a better person than I am. Succeed in that. She's far better than her father. And she goes off to help others, and she dies a couple years afterwards. It's one of those things. I always knew how I'd raise my daughter in reality. I would trust her fully, and instead of so much disciplining her, I would teach her the ways of the world. And as my father taught me, I was like, I never really got into a whole lot of trouble because my father always taught me the consequences of my actions. And there'd be that whole thing, is like, no matter what happens, Daddy will always love you, my dear. But if there ever comes a time when you're out or anything like that and you have to call me at late at night or something and you're crying or anything like that, I'm not going to come in all nice and fucking reasonable here. If I had a daughter and she were to call me at 2 o'clock in the morning crying, saying that she was scared or that she felt funny and that she told me she had been at a party and she took a drink or something, you fucking know I'm going to arrive at that party. And if there's some little shit stain trying to block my way in, I'm going to grab him by the throat and pull him close to me. He's like, I will kill you. I have no problem with this. Where's my daughter? And that's if I'm feeling restrained. If I'm not, it's just going to be me walking up and just putting a gun to his head. He's like, tell me now or die. A lot of people are going to say, that's overreacting. I was like, yeah, well, have you ever had a kid? Any father whose daughter calls them late at night crying, afraid that they've been slipped something, is not going to react reasonably. They're going to react as a father would to the thought that their daughter is about to be abused and raped. Me more so than anything, because I'm not going to see you as a person. I'm going to see you as a fucking monster who's trying to mess with my daughter, and most likely the hallucinations will take over, so I won't feel any fucking guilt towards that. Hell, I'd probably just walk up, grab the dude by the neck, and was like, where are they? And he doesn't want to say anything. I'd toss him against the wall. Eventually go up to the room, kick the door in, like I did one other time when a friend of mine was about to be raped. And pretty much the same shit would happen in that situation. And in that situation, I beat the fuck out of people. Only now, I'm a lot stronger. Only when this happens with my daughter, I'm a lot stronger. And it's not my friend, it's my fucking daughter. So, you're not going to be moving pretty much ever again. So it's shit like that. It's just the hallucinations like that happened where I was thrown into a world where I was actually at peace. I had a wife. I had a daughter. I had a nice life. And then that shit happened. Excuse me. And now we're done talking about that. It's like hallucination stuff kind of subbed in. And we're going to talk about Andromeda. And just a little. I'm going to quickly touch on this because I made 2 videos on this before, but it mainly seems like me being a piece of shit asshole just ranting and raving. So I'm going to talk about it quickly. Sorry. When I take Zyrtec, blood clots and shit clots in my nose. So, Andromeda. So far, I've watched my friend play on Early Access, and I've watched Angry Joe play, and I'm sorry, BioWare, I no longer respect your company. All you had to do was make it as good as Mass Effect 3, as competent as Mass Effect 3, and you couldn't even do that. The facial animations are crap. Sure, the background looks fucking amazing and all that shit, but it's the Frostbite 4 engine. It had better. If it hadn't, you're not a AAA developer anymore. You're not even a good indie developer. And the UI is crap. Apparently, from listening to the story, just the dialogue, that's bad. Because here's the whole thing. I hate Mass Effect 3 with a passion because BioWare promised a bunch of shit they didn't deliver, and then that ending was utter crap. Still to this day, it's crap. And people who I know who try to defend it, saying that Mass Effect 3 is the best game, have 95% of the time never played Mass Effect 1 or 2. So, go fuck yourself. Your argument really doesn't matter here when all you've played is one game out of the franchise. But, because the Mass Effect series holds a very strong place in my heart, because I got my friend to start playing, and all before that, all he ever was a Call of Duty guy. And I gave him Mass Effect 1, and then 3 hours later he called me, and he was so excited. He hadn't ever had so much fun playing something like that. This is the kind of guy who raped everybody, who found out those glitches where you're floating above the map, and he would just snipe people with the Desert Eagle and a barrage, like, boom, 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 boom. Maybe not barrage. I don't remember what sniper he had back in Modern Warfare. But, shit like that. The Mass Effect 2 came out, and it was heads over tails better than Mass Effect 1. The Mass Effect. And it actually made me feel, okay, yeah, there were still some gripes. This whole thing, it's like, I'm not a fanboy. I don't give Mass Effect 2 a 10 out of 10. I'm going to give Mass Effect 1. I don't give Mass Effect a 10 out of 10 because I don't believe in fanboys. These companies have to earn my money. So Mass Effect had problems. And Mass Effect 3 kind of did better on, like, the mechanical side. Like, I kind of liked the powers and all that a little bit better. The multiplayer, the problem was the multiplayer I played like 40 times more than I ever played the single player. I played the single player once, got to the end. Actually, I got to a point before the end when a big choice was about to happen, realized I got screwed, pulled the disc out, and just crushed in my hand. I cut the fuck out of my hand. I didn't give a fuck. Because at that point, I'd already been playing multiplayer, and I knew I only needed one disc for it. So I eventually played the ending on another friend's console, and I was like, holy fuck, this is shit. Fuck you. Fuck you. And once again, most of the people who I ever heard defending it were fucking pathetic fanboys, or people who never played 1 or 2. Which, once again, argument fucking invalid. You have nothing to compare it to. So Andromeda comes out, and I would rather be playing Mass Effect 3. Let that settle in. Because my friend had, like I said, he had the EA Access. And I watched him play, and I was like, okay, this looks like shit. I'm just going to go over and play it there with you. And I did play it. like I said, I'd rather be playing Mass Effect 3. And that pretty much tells you how little I think of this game. How you had so much time and you still fucked it up. Good job, BioWare. Good fucking job. You couldn't even make it comparable to Mass Effect 3. And once again, I hear people like trying to defend it. I was like, no. I was like, have you played the other ones? And they're like, no. And I was like, go fuck yourself. Once again, your argument is invalid. You have nothing to compare it to. And I'm getting so tired of this AAA crap. Like, I remember, like, what was it? The No came out today talking about, like, why are games $60? This game is not worth $60. It's not. It's just not. It is in no way worth $60. Okay, yeah, inflation and all that shit. Yeah, no. For your game to be worth the same price as other AAA games, because here's the whole thing. It was like, if games, here's the problem. And I was like, a lot of people are saying, like, well, with inflation, games should cost more. Yeah, the problem is you do realize minimum wage hasn't gone up. I'm still making $8.30 fucking cents an hour working part-time while going to school. So, yeah, I'm not paying more than $60 a game. I don't even pay $60 per game. I did that For Honor, and that was a horrible fucking mistake. That game was not worth $60 in the slightest. I now go to Steam sales. I now buddy up with my friends and we pay for games on Steam. Pay half and half, so I'm basically paying $30 for a game. Because in the modern day and age, yeah, it may cost more to make games, which is still fucking retarded. Okay, yeah, get rid of some of your marketing. Okay, if your game is good, no, yeah, okay. Yeah, I was like, I'm sorry, yeah, marketing is a big thing in games. Yeah, but the problem is you put too much into marketing. Or look at the Call of Duties and how much they cost and how constantly they're losing player base because no one gives a fuck about it anymore. Multiplayer? Huh, yeah, it's a new Call of Duty, new multiplayer. Blah, 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 blah. I don't give a shit about it otherwise. Your story, but Black Ops was pretty fun. I think the last one I enjoyed was Black Ops 2. And it's just kind of crap. Put a little bit of effort into your games if you expect me to pay full price, because I'm not going to. Other that explains why, like how retails are $60, but digital downloads don't cost any less. Because fuck you, I'm not. Yeah, it's that whole thing. I just don't pay. I don't pay full price for this shit anymore. I'll easily give it a year if one of my friends doesn't want to buy it. If we don't want to buy it, if none of us are willing to kind of pony up the money together, we'll wait a year. Did that with Battlefield 4. Oh my god, that was a better game. Did that with Fallout 4. Oh my god, the mods made that a better game. And just shit like that. I still have yet to fully play Witcher 2 and 3, because I got 18 hours into Witcher 2, lost all my saves. I was like, fuck it, I'm not going to do it. So I'm going to actually play that game probably soon. And it's going to be fucking amazing, because there are a few mods out there that, holy shit. And there are already mods out for Witcher 3, which boosts the graphics massively. And I'm just going to play that and look at it, it's like... So that's the whole thing. Mass Effect Andromeda, you are a massive fucking disappointment from everything I've seen so far. I will not probably buy you for more than $10, because I know several people who have it on Uplay who bought into the hype and bought it straight out, and I'll probably just throw $10 at them, log into their account, and I'll play. Do I feel like, oh no, I was like, I may try, I don't know, I may see if I can upload my old saves from Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 and play through that. But from what I hear, it's... BioWare, you fucked up again. You didn't learn your lesson. And it's still crap. And yet you expect people to pay their hard-earned money when, yeah, inflation has happened. So $60 to people today still is a fuckload amount of money. I don't understand where you get the gall to ask people for $60 for this crap. You're not an early access. You know, this is basically an early access game. It feels like, from what I've seen. And I don't. It's you push it back time and time again, and this is what you give us. You can go fuck yourself. You can write up go fuck yourself. It doesn't seem like you put anywhere near the effort actually into a AAA game as a AAA company should. So fuck you. Whoever decided this is what you would try to sell people, fuck you. Because I know there are probably plenty of people there who work their asses off. And this was once again one of the main reasons I started to go into the gaming industry and just couldn't, because I'm not the kind of person who would dare put my name on this shit. I am the kind of person that's the big reason I have so many problems with places I work, is because just the mindset I have is like, I've gone through all this shit. I ain't gonna deal with your crap. You want to push out a half-baked fucking game? Someone's like, oh, is there any reason we shouldn't? I'll hold my hands like, yeah, it sucks ass. And then I'd probably get fired, and then go to another place and get fired from there, and blah, 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 blah. But anywho, that is this little week in this memoir of madness for this week. Yeah, sorry, it's just been a tough week. Even though spring break has happened, it's like, sadly, I didn't get to go any place and drink a fuck ton and just get laid and all that stuff. Really should try that sometime. Might do wonders for my stress. But anywho, if you want to keep hearing more about my crazy little life, then hit that like button. And I will see you later for more insanity. Bye, everybody. Have a good one.